So I don't like to hold the reins when I'm getting on, because I just want to be able to trust the horse, and I want to make sure that they understand that they have to stand still. So I'm just getting on her, and when I am on her, I give her some extra treats, and then I will grab my reins. Okay, so after she's gotten some treats, we are ready to go. So we're just going to start by kind of riding her on long and loose reins, and just follow all of the arena. So we're just going to walk on loose reins, because I want her to be able to be ridden without me needing to work her into a collection or work her into a focused state of mind. So what I'm trying to do now when she's on these long, loose reins is just allowing her to stretch down. So I might, there you go, stretching down. So when she can walk like this, stretching all the way down, it's going to help her to relax. And if she's quite nervous, she will not be wanting to do that. So if I can help her to kind of search down and stretch and be a little bit more relaxed, it's going to be a lot better for her. She's going to feel more comfortable, more confident. If she can feel like she can be completely relaxed when she's being ridden, when she's alone, away from the other horses. So that's kind of what we're just going to start with. I'm just going to change directions, change the diagonal. And I'm trying to ride her mostly with my seat. And even though she's kind of green and just she just recently learned how to be ridden, I want to really introduce all of my seat cues and all of my leg cues. And then if I feel like she's not responding or not moving in the direction that I would like her to move, then I can help her, of course, with the reins and a little bit more with my body. But I'm always trying to introduce the cues. So she will learn and kind of get the feeling of the normal seat cues. So if I feel like she's not really searching down, I might just add some contact to see if she will search down a little bit. So I have been teaching her that when I make contact on the reins, I would like her to lower the head. And it's just quite recently that she has been feeling confident enough to kind of stretch longer down like this. And once the horse is understanding the concept of the stretch, they typically want to do it quite a lot because it's comfortable for them. They feel good when they're stretching. It's relaxing. It feels good in the top line, in their back. So once they kind of get the hang of it, they typically really like to do it, and they will take initiative. And of course, you can always, like here, I can give her treats when she's doing it to encourage her even more to stretch down. So I really like to start the session like this, just relaxing, seeing if she can stretch. Just going to take a diagonal, and I'm trying to use my leg cue, not so much my reins. Good job. And then we're just going to walk a little bit on this side as well. And yeah, so one thing that's really important to teach these horses is to bend around the inside leg, because if the horse is not able to bend around the inside leg, you're not going to have any balance when you ride. So if you're going to turn, the horse will just lean in instead of carrying their weight straight properly all the way around. So if I'm doing like a circle now, I'm adding just support with my inside leg to see if she can just slightly bend around my inside leg. So I feel like her back and her body will be straight all the way around, and that she will not lean in like this to kind of turn fast, but she will carry herself and bend with the circle. So it's always something I try to start with quite early, even on these fresh horses, that as soon as I feel that they're comfortable with me sitting on them in like walk and trot, I like to start quite soon to bend around the inside leg, because the riding is going to be a lot more comfortable for both me and the horse, and she's going to feel a lot more balanced and learn to kind of keep the balance while she's being ridden. So, you know, it's not about getting around the turn as fast as possible, which they will typically naturally do. If a horse is running and then turning, they will just lean in to kind of turn and come as fast as possible around. But when you ride, it's not about that, you know, it's not about speed. It's about balance, focus, rhythm, moving with the rider. So it's really important to get that bend around the inside leg. So once I'm turning here, I'm adding my inside leg, and she's searching down. And once I feel like she's kind of bending quite nicely, I will give her loose reins again. So it's a constant game of pressure and release on the rein. So now I'm adding a little bit of contact when the head is coming up. And once she's searching down, I'm releasing, so she will get loose reins whenever she's giving me a right answer or trying. Doesn't always have to be the perfect answer, but whenever I feel like she's really trying to kind of do what I ask, the rein will become loose. Quite good. So we're going to do one more circle down there, and then we're going to change. So to teach the horse to bend around the inside leg, you need them to understand your leg cue and your rein cue. So you have to be able to bend only the neck with the rein without the horse moving. So the horse will understand that you can move the neck independently from the rest of the body. And then you have to make sure that the horse is able to move their hind legs with your leg cue. Here she's pushing in a little bit. There you go. And right now, you know, I'm not super concerned with where she's kind of carrying her head. I always like the horse to start long and deep, stretching, really getting that back, helping that back to raise, and just let them figure out where they are able to kind of carry themselves without losing the back. And when I mean losing the back, I mean that they're not able to engage the back because the position you're putting the horse in is just way too challenging, which would be kind of, if you're asking a young horse for a very high collection, a very high frame, it's going to be too much for a young horse. So like here, all I want her to do is just bend around my inside leg and search down, and that's it. So if she wants to stretch when she's doing it, if she wants to be kind of in a medium kind of position, I don't mind, you know. It's whatever she's feeling comfortable with in this moment. So I'm adding my inside leg to support, adding my rein. There she's coming around. And when she's searching down and bending in and not kind of pushing on my inside leg, she just will get a release. Really good. So she's actually not like trained a lot, but her top line is looking really good. So she's got really good genetics. So if you look at her kind of without the saddle, you will think that, oh my God, she's really well trained, you know, she looks really good. So she might be kind of naturally strong. So she may be able to advance more or faster than a lot of other horses. But this circle was like messy. There was no flow, so we're going to just do this again. Adding my inside leg, see if you can get there, get that bend. And see if she can just keep kind of the rhythm in that bend all the way around and stay in that little bend while she's on the circle. There you go. And you can tell now, yeah, okay, you can get some treats. She is kind of wanting to search quite low. And that is also the thing with her looking good. She might be able to advance more fast. She might be naturally strong, but she also might not be, which it can be kind of a trickery. She might look really strong, but it doesn't mean that she is. So this is kind of, you have to train her and work with her and kind of feel what she's going to be able to do, where she feels it's difficult, and where she might be able to kind of advance a little bit more. Good. But for now, I still feel the rhythm and everything, the balance and the focus. She needs to be really present. I think that's the most, the thing with her is that she gets distracted. So I'm backing up. I'm kind of curling my back a little bit like somebody is punching me in my belly. my legs go a little bit forward. And I would like her to search down while backing up a little bit, not with the head up. So this is also like a focus thing for her. There you go. So I want to see if she can kind of release that neck. There you go. Good. Better. And trust me that I will back her up safely. So backing up is actually a really good trust exercise. So a nervous horse like her, but like she feels she needs to be on guard quite a lot, it's a really great exercise for her to back up. And we have been working a lot with her backing up more straight, because it's been extremely like a snake. She's been like tangling up her body. So we have been working next to the wall, trying to get her to back up straight. If she's moving her hind in, I'm trying to kind of block with my leg and correct and get her to straighten up. And in the moment I feel like she's straightening up, she's releasing her neck and she's like a little bit less on guard, that's the moment I will stop and give the treats. And we will practice backing up some more times during the session. But it's a really good exercise. It's also going to be a great exercise to build a strong top line if she's able to do this in a good way. Okay, good job. So now we're also just going to practice a little bit of leg yield. So also the leg yield is going to help to bend around the inside leg. Because when you're doing a leg yield, you want the horse's expression to be in the direction you're going away from, you know? So if I'm doing a leg yield this way, you want the horse to look that way. So you're kind of helping the horse to bend a little bit while you're doing the leg yield. And the focus one way, the body the opposite way, which is kind of a little bit similar to bending around the inside leg. So once I'm coming around here, I'm just checking that she's able to kind of be bendable and search down. And then I'm opening up my outside leg. Good. And we're just gonna practice a little bit. Good. 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 So she's a little bit like moving quite a lot to the side and kind of losing her forward motion, which is typical when they're just starting to learn. We haven't been doing this a lot. It's just, I think it's nice to kind of introduce this. So when the owner gets the horse back, it's really nice to have a horse that really understands the concepts of leg yield and to bend around the inside leg, because once you have that, you have kind of a really good fundament. You have good building blocks to continue the training. So if you're missing the bend around the inside leg, you're missing the leg yield, the riding is going to feel a lot more stiff. It's going to be a lot more difficult to maneuver the horse. So I like to just make sure that they have somewhat of an understanding of those things. You know, I don't have always too much time with these horses that I'm starting, so I have to prioritize what I think is going to be beneficial for both the horse and the owner. So here, like before we're coming down the central line, I'm just slightly asking her to bend. There you go. And then kind of, I have that inside leg ready. And here I'm opening up my outside leg. Good. 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 So she's searching really down at the moment and not so much. So here it's like a little bit more chaotic. Good. And we're going to try this one more time. And she's like rushing a little bit more on that side. So we're going to just try one more time to see. Starting. So it's her being able to kind of maneuver her shoulder, her body, her neck, and understand that she can move to the right while the focus is more to the left. Good job. And also when, you know, they're in this phase where everything is a little bit new, they might misunderstand. Like, for example, with her now, when I'm adding the contact on the rein, she's really focused on searching down, which is good. But she also needs to be able to separate if she's going to bend or search down. So that will be like, if I'm combining my inside leg to support, it's going to be a bend around the inside leg, you know? And if I'm then adding my reins, like if I'm going to add kind of a bend around my inside leg here, I'm going to be adding my inside leg And I'm gonna help with my hands over here because I'm riding with quite long reins. So I need to just adapt my hands. But you can tell like she's really focused on searching down. She's like trying to stretch. So she hasn't been able to kind of able to separate if she's just going to do a bend or if she's actually going to stretch and search down. And that is something that they will learn in time when they get more practice to kind of understand each cue a little bit more specifically. But we can ride a little bit of a circle around the camera just to see if she can understand that she needs to just bend a little bit. There you go. And it's nice that she wants to have a really long and low frame. It's a lot better than her being too high. But here I can feel like it's hard for her to organize her legs and her shoulders. And this is the balance that she needs to practice. You know, she's kind of a little bit clumsy and she's going sometimes a little bit sideways. Sometimes she's stretching down, sometimes she's bending in. So just practicing like walking on a circle and kind of keeping a slight bend around your inside leg so she can practice maneuvering her shoulders independently from her neck. You know, you need kind of control of each body part. So you have the neck, the head, that kind of needs to work, and then you have the shoulders, then you have the hind legs, and all of these things you need to be able to steer separately exactly where you want them to go. So just practicing a little bit like this is really good for her balance. We're just going to do a little bit on the right side as well. And also because she's going to go home later, I don't want to ride her too much today. It's just I wanted to film her final session. So we're just going to do a little bit, but I want to just check her if we're doing the same here on the right. So I'm just trying to find, look in the sand exactly where I want to move, where I want to steer. And I'm always looking ahead. So you don't want to look down. I think like the only case I'm really looking down is maybe when I'm starting to do like a leg yield or half pass, where I'm trying to see if the body is straight and parallel to the wall. But anywhere, all the other times when I'm riding, I'm looking ahead. Like when you're driving a car, you need to look where you want to go. And your body is going to follow your eyes. So if you look where you want to go, your body will naturally help you steer the horse in that direction. So now I'm just gently supporting with my inside leg. And when I'm supporting with my inside leg, I'm not moving my leg out of my neutral position. Like if I wanted to move her hind legs, I would move my leg back. And if I wanted to move her front legs, I would move my legs a little bit forward. But I don't want to move any of those things, you know. I just want to block the shoulder. So when I'm adding a little bit of pressure here on the rein to help her bend in, my leg will help block that shoulder from turning in, which is it's the way I'm teaching her. Your body needs to continue on the circle, but your neck needs to look a little bit in. And the thing is, you need to kind of continue until you feel like you have a moment where the horse is doing this alone without you needing to help so much. Yeah, it's okay. You're spooked. It's okay. So I'm looking for a moment where I feel like she's staying in that bend just for a second without kind of coming out of it. And staying balanced, staying focused and present. And when I feel like she's doing quite a little bit of a good job, I can just stop, and you tell when I release my legs, I sit down, she will stop. So I never use the reins to actually stop the horse. The horse is going to stop with my seat. So once I'm standing still, I'm also often letting go of the rein, and I'm kind of sitting down in this chill position, legs out away from the horse, and we're stopping. Now we're standing still. Relaxed. Good. So if I want to do something, then I will sit up, I will touch the reins, and then you can tell she's responding, she's kind of ready. And then let's say I want to move those hind legs, I will add my leg back and hold and release each step. She's actually moving those hind legs. Really good. You can check on this side, my hind legs goes back. I look down at the hind legs as well. So this is kind of the first step that I need to do before I can teach her to bend around my inside leg, because then she will understand that her body is moving away from that inside leg. And even though when you're bending around your inside leg, you're just keeping your leg in neutral position, that hind leg maneuver is going to help her connect. Okay, good job. So, also the bending from side to side, I'm just not going to do that right now. This is just something you need to do kind of in the beginning so they will understand. But now she does understand quite well, so I don't need to do it all the time. So we're just going to start the trot. And I like to just start a few rounds just without asking her for anything. So the first thing I will do is kind of just manage her speed a little bit. So when you have kind of a fresh horse, they will be a little bit, sometimes going fast, sometimes going slow. The speed is not going to be super balanced all the time. That's the only thing I'm trying to kind of manage a little bit, is her. When I feel her going faster, I will hold a little bit on the rein. And when I feel her slowing down, I will gently add a little bit of leg to kind of keep that same rhythm all the way around and help her to do that on her own. Which is why it's so important to give the horse completely loose reins and no contact when they're doing the correct thing. Because you want the horse to be able to do it without this micromanaging help. So you just want the horse to feel confident in what they need to do and to be able to do that on loose reins. And just find a stable rhythm. So I'm just giving her loose reins, even though I feel like, okay, she's going to speed up. I'm not going to sit here and hold her. Like here, she's speeding up, holding, she's slowing down, I'm releasing. And the same down the long side, she will typically speed up a little bit here, hold, slowing down, release. She needs to be able to manage her own speed and find this kind of default rhythm, you know? So the default rhythm I would like is kind of a quite chilled trot. Like something in between an extended trot and a jog. Also, I like to go up on the inside leg, which I know many things it's going to be a little bit strange, but you can tell when I'm going up in my light seat, I like to go up when the inside leg is moving forward. No. So this is also like, you know, confusion sometimes. She thought she was going to stop. Maybe she heard something, so just gently ask her to continue. Good. So what I like to do now, after we have been trotting around a little bit, is starting to do ride these serpentines. So here she needs to bend around to the left, and then trot straight. And when I'm here on the center, I'm changing the support to my right leg, and she will bend around my right leg. Now here she's speeding up, I'm holding her back. And here, bend around my right leg, right inside leg. Then support with my left to straighten her up. Support with my left leg to get that bend around the inside leg. Support with my right, straighten her up. And then support with the right again to get the bend around my right leg. Right inside leg. Good. Now, come on. Good. Okay, so this is just to make sure that she's able to be steered kind of random places and be able to understand. So what I also like to do is see if she can slow down a little bit in the corner and see if I can sit down. So she's also a little bit accustomed to the sitting down trot. But I don't like to do this way too much on these young horses. So we're just going to do a little bit. If she's doing okay, I go back. Also, when I'm sitting down, you know, I like them. I prefer if they trot quite slow to get it more comfortable for both me and the horse. It's not going to be good to sit there and kind of bump around too much. No, it's just my dog. Pass, rebel, ut. So I'm just gonna pass the gate. And if I feel like she's a little bit distracted if she's getting a little bit nervous, it's nice to kind of give her a job to do, a specific assignment to get her focus. We're gonna take the next circle. We're gonna take a big circle back because she started with that breathing. Okay. And then maintaining the same speed. Like here, it was a really strange turn. I'm gonna do this circle again. And here, loose reins. See if she can maintain the speed. And like here, not do strange things. And push the shoulder out. It's also important. You don't want the shoulders to slide out. You want to keep them in place. Sitting down, relaxing. Slow trot, jog, not walk. And there you go. It's more difficult for her, of course, in this slower trot to kind of maintain the bend. I feel like her hind legs are sliding out a little bit, and it's difficult for her to just maintain a good circle. I feel like her hind legs are coming out, so it's almost like there is a little bit better. She's trotting a little bit sideways. That's also just things that they learn with practice, you know? There we go. Sit down. Focus on where she's moving her body. Strange things started to happen there again. She started to be clumsy. And we're gonna try again. Good. Good. Better. And then not speed up, just chill rhythm. Good. Oh. I'm gonna stop and give her some treats. And so she's a little bit nervous. There was like a sound in the wall from the wind. It's a little bit windy today. So I have been practicing canter with her as well. The thing is that I felt she was kind of, like here you can tell she's backing up into the arena. So I'm adding my inside leg back here to move the hind legs over. There you go. And then we're gonna go and practice again. So you don't want her to back up that, it's not straight, you know. So I'm gonna practice one more time. And also, of course, because she might be a little bit nervous and sounds coming from the wall. Still, there you go. She released the hind. Good. She might want to avoid the wall, especially when she's backing up, because backing up is more scary than move forward. But anyway, I've been practicing canter with her, and I felt when I was practicing from the ground that she didn't really want to canter. So I just only asked her for like the transition. I gave her lots of treats, and I felt that was going quite well. And I started to practice from horseback, and I just felt like she was really not wanting to canter. Like there was something not normal. So I talked to the owner about this, and she confirmed that she does have difficulties with this because of an old injury. So we kind of just decided to leave it because I don't want her to feel bad emotions connected to the canter. So when I feel the horse is really telling me that something is not right, it doesn't feel natural. Also, the canter was a little bit like jumpy with the hind legs. I felt she really did not want to. So she tried. I gave her treats for just the transition and cantering like a half of a circle. But now I felt uncomfortable with that. I felt like, yeah. So that's kind of the thing. We have decided to just leave the canter alone for now. And then she has been ridden in canter. So we know it's safe. She's okay. It's just that there's something going on with her here that's just not completely normal. And we're just going to leave it. I want her to feel positive when being ridden. I don't want her to have any bad feelings related to riding. So we have to make sure that the horse is 100% physically okay when we're teaching them and riding them. But the walk and trot like that we're doing right now, she can manage. It's okay. So we're just gonna do the last thing, which is kind of practicing a figure of 8. So we're just gonna come down here, and what I would like to do is kind of start with a little bit of a big figure of 8, and then shrink it each time I'm coming around. So it's really good focus, a focus exercise, a balance exercise, to have her change the bend around each inside leg, maintaining the speed and the way that she's moving, like she's going exactly where I would like her to go, and the shoulders like not sliding out like she did there. The shoulder was sliding out a little bit. Here she wanted to speed up a little bit. It also will take some time for her to, like here, the shoulder also is sliding out. It will take some time for her to figure out a good position for her to carry herself, where she is feeling comfortable with the muscle she currently has, you know? So she needs to find this balance point where she is able to stay focused, search down a little bit, and kind of be able to maintain the rhythm. There we go. Bend, bend, bend. There you go. Bend. There you go. Good. This was pretty good. And then this is also really helping her understand the concept of bending depending on the side she's on, like the hand she's on. So she can feel that whenever we are on, like here when we're straight, a little bit support with both legs to make sure she's going straight. And as soon as I'm going to the left, my only support is going to be with my inside leg. There you go, get that bend. And then I'm going to see if we can sit down and practice one figure of 8 that's a little bit more small. And there you go. Also, she needs to kind of, with the practice, she will be able to separate when I would like her to just slow down and when I would like her to search more down, That is kind of the difference with the fresh horses and the experienced horses. They have more muscle, and they understand each cue and how the cues can be combined and added together to steer each part of the horse individually. But I think she's doing quite well. She's getting a lot more focused and relaxed. She's still kind of a little bit clumsy, and you have to, when I'm riding her, I feel like I have to constantly be there, like I'm her parent, I have to help her all the time. And that is also typical with these young horses. They need a lot of help and guidance. You have to guide them all the time. You don't really have any moments where you don't have to guide them. You have to always be ready to make sure you can support and help them. Good job. The last bend, we're going to move out on all the arena. Yeah, good. There you go. Now, you gotta wait for me to actually release my legs. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now, let's see if she can back up a little bit better. I'm just ready with my inside leg to block. This is quite good. I feel like she's a lot more relaxed and focused, and she's trying really hard to back up straight, so that was really good. Good job. So I felt she was really present during that backup. So I think for today this is it, because she's going to go home later and the owner is also going to ride her. It was just my last chance to film with her. So I think this is going to be it. I think she's been doing really good. She's been a really fun horse to work with and to ride. It's like, I think me and her, we have been vibing really well. She makes sense, whatever she's doing. Her personality is very like typical horse. There's nothing kind of strange about her. Sometimes I have all these different horses and sometimes there's some strange things, but with her, she's just very natural. Things feels good. So we have been vibing from the start. I've just been feeling very comfortable with her all the way since the beginning when I started to ride her. So she's been a really great horse to work with. And, you know, I love the Spanish horses. Yeah. Yeah, so this is it for this session.